Yo, what is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to a brand new locals feature match. Here we are in round 1 for the week, and if all my scheduling has gone to plan, this should be getting uploaded on the 27th, because I'm having to edit a lot of videos in advance, because I'm currently on vacation while this video goes live. But we've got yours truly on the left playing Speedroids versus Dino on the right. Decided I would put myself on the feature match a little bit more just so I could show off more Speedroid content for you guys. Now, I do win die roll here, and I do get to lead with a wheel, rolling a 3. And I'll talk about why this was a little risky here in just a moment as we take a look at the poll results, as you guys who you thought was going to win. And as I'm recording this, about 106 votes in right now, and 58% going to Dino and the rest going to Speedroid. So let's see if you guys are correct here. But, you know, going back to why this is a little bit of a risky play here, I had plane in my hand, and I should have discarded the other wheel, because I was worried, you know, if this wheel gets ashed, I want to have another wheel for next turn to try to be able to play again. But I also didn't take into account the fact that if I rolled a 1 or a 2 here, I would not have a way to play at all had I discarded the rubber band plane. So I took a little bit of a gamble here, literally and metaphorically. You know, by discarding the plane, I definitely should have discarded the other wheel and kept the Ash Veiler I had in hand as sort of a backup contingency plan in case I got, like, severely interrupted at any point. So that was a little bit of a mistake on my behalf, so definitely should have done it the other way around, because like I said, if I roll a 1 or a 2 and I keep the plane in hand, plane summons on the summon of whatever I get off of wheel, and then I'm able to go into Rubber Band Shooter without burning my normal summon all the same. And I do reveal a Hound and a Terratop here by banishing the Juju, and I do get the Hound to hand. And usually in situations like this, getting the Terratop to the grave oftentimes is like the better outcome, especially if you have an extender in hand like Speed Recovery, which is really, really strong. And then I'm going to go ahead and burn my normal summon here on the Hound to go ahead and send a Speedroid card from deck to grave. I was looking at sending possibly Duplicate to go ahead and, you know, go into Cork and search another gate. But I was also looking at going ahead and searching sending the Duke rather, so I can go ahead and revive the dice and then make a Cork play that way by being able to get into a Baron or possibly being able to get into a Auroradon play. And, you know, accessing Hound here with playing in grave too is also pretty strong too, because on the next turn I can make a Chambara with the Hound follow up in grave. So already off to a, a pretty decent start here, and I get to keep the wheel, I guess, in this instance. So I guess everything kind of worked out for me in the end. Duke's going to go ahead and revive the dice. Dice is going to target the Hound and declare level 2, so we can go ahead and Synchro 3 into Cork Shooter, and we're going to use Cork Shooter's revive effect here, just so I can end on a better board with a little bit more interruptions. We're going to go ahead and use the revive effect, and we're going to bring back the Hound and the dice, and then we're going to not use dice effect here, I believe. I think I decided to hold on to the dice. I think I was like debating on possibly making like the Cork Shooter a level 4, but I don't think I changed the level at all, actually, because I think what I end up doing is just linking into Auroradon. Or no, I think I do make it a level 4. Or no, I don't make it a level 4. I leave it a level 3 because of the play I'm about to make right now, which is where I use Auroradon to tribute off 2 of the tokens to go ahead and special summon a Mecha Phantom Beast monster from the deck, and that's going to summon out Tetherwolf. And because there is a level 3 Mecha Phantom Beast token on the field, Tetherwolf will gain the levels of all Mecha Phantom Beast tokens on the field. So it's currently a level 7, and I can go ahead and Synchro into Baron this way. Yeah, so I mean, I also could have like made Hound a level 6, Synchroed for clearing Fast Dragon, and then made Baron that way, but going into the Auroradon gets me a little bit more. One other thing I also should have done here is used Baron to actually pop my own Hound to put it in the graveyard for next turn. So I actually failed to do that here. I didn't even think about it, like completely slipped my mind, but that is also something I definitely should have done there to ensure that I have the Hound follow up in grave for the next turn, especially having things like Plane in the graveyard would have been a great thing to have to put back off of Hound or even the Terratop. So I'm going to see my opponent leave with Lost World, and Lost World is a really scary card, especially if I have something like Veiler in hand. I don't want it to be like double dead because of Lost World and, because of like Miscellaneous Source and things like that. So I just want to go ahead and get the Lost World out of there as quickly as possible, especially since I already have a token on my field too. And then my opponent's going to go ahead and normal summon the Animador and Archosaur. And because there is no Lost World, I can go ahead and hit that with a Valor. And I'm definitely more inclined to do so, especially since he's burned his normal summon on the Animadorn. So I know at this point he's probably got a baby in hand that he's trying to pop with it to try and search out the pill. And then probably link into Linkuriboh and then into the Secure Gardener to try to set up a double evolution pill, plus a possible rank 4 play. You can see in hand he has the Gold Sark and a copy of the Scrap Refrigerator. So I assume he is on the Scrap Dino variant. And we're going to see him actually Gold Sark for the Oviraptor here. And I'm assuming he's only doing this because he already has Giant Rex in hand. So this is kind of like a backup. You know, if I do live these next couple turns, I can get access to the Oviraptor. And it'll come back to my hand as a good starter. So we're going to see him actually just go ahead and link off the Animadorn here into Linkuriboh. I mean, there's not much you can do, I feel like, at this point with that given hand. Having to play through Ash, Valor, and Baron. So we're going to see him pass there. And in standby phase, I'm going to use Baron's effect, targeting Terror Top to go ahead and revive it here. And this is also going to play around Effect Valor too, because this is all happening in the standby phase. Trigger Terror Top to go ahead and search. I believe I go for either Marble or Tekatomborg. So we're going to go for the Marble Machine here. Nice level 2 body to be able to search out another extender. And of course, to be able to synchro with it, get access to Hagoita, which is really, really important. So we'll go ahead and use our normal summon here on the Marble Machine. At this point, I am trying to be very cognizant of the Nibiru, because I don't want to get that dropped on my head. So we're going to go ahead and summon out Tekatomborg, I believe, as my third summon. That's going to tag into the Fukimadoshi Piper. I was kind of thinking about going for Duke, but I really wanted to go for the big Excavate 5 to try to find extenders to try to close the game out right here, because all he has, again, is just a Linkuriboh. And if I can set up a Baron on my, 4th or 5th summon, definitely worthwhile. So we're going to do the full Excavate 5. Reveal Marble Plane or Marble Butterfly, Wheel, and Car Turbo. And I do decide to take the Recovery there revealed amongst those cards, as that'll help me push even further to try to go for the OTK. I still have Dice, Axis Engrave, and I also have the Cork Shooter Graveyard to act as a synchro material as well. So I'm going to go ahead and synchro the Hound and the Terror Top and the Piper all into Baron yet again. And this is also where I was like, oh, having access to Hound right now would be really nice, because I could just use its graveyard effect right now, and I could have synchroned the Terror Top and the token and the Piper into Baron. But I guess at that point I would not have gotten access to the full Excavate 5. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I probably should have popped it either way, because having the Hound follow would have been important. And I'm going to pop the Linkuriboh here with the Baron, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the Wheel, ditching the Duplicate, and that's going to go ahead and roll me another 3, so I'm like, alright, this is fine. We'll go ahead and summon Duke out of the deck. And I should have gone for Car Turbo here, just because, like, if my opponent has Nibiru, he probably should have used it already by now. I mean, at this, he would need to have 2 hand traps, too, to get through this board anyways, to make it so I don't OTK. So I do decide to synchro for the Charge Warrior here. And then I'm going to go ahead and burn the Speed Recovery to go ahead and bring back the... I was looking at bringing back the Rubber Band Plane, but if I bring back the Rubber Band Shooter, it's also game, because it'd be 4,000, 6,000, yeah, it'd be 8,100 damage there, so I bring that back. Just in case it isn't game by whatever means, I have the Rubber Band Shooter follow-up, so Speedroids able to take game 1 there relatively easy, and we're into a game 2. And like always, I'd like to mention a quick shout out to our sponsor over at Imperium Duelist. If you guys are interested in picking up amazing playmats like the one you see me using here, or any binders, dice, sleeves, etc., check them out at the link below, and don't forget to use my discount code WinnerKills10 off at checkout to save 10% off your entire order and support the channel. And lastly, if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player, please do not forget to use the affiliate link found in the description below of all my videos. Anytime you guys shop and check out using that link, a small bit of the revenue from your purchase goes right back in the channel and helps out a ton. So, getting back to the game here, my opening hand is double Ash, Duplicate, Marble Machine, Gamma, and we're going to see my opponent here open with the double Fossil Dig, and also a copy of Ash Valor of his own, and we're going to see him add the Miscellaneousaurus and the Baby Stegosaurus, and also has Oviraptor in hand. We're going to see him lead with the Miscellaneousaurus, so that is going to resolve. And I wanted to address this specifically because I do make a pretty big mistake here. It's something that completely slipped my mind. I don't know why I thought I could do what I did. He does use the Graveyard Effect of Misc, which I do Ash, which is completely legal activation here. But my opponent has Oviraptor in hand with a baby, and he normals the Ovi and activates the effect, and I Gamma it, which should not work because Miscellaneous' in-hand effect is still being applied. So this is completely my fault here. I'll take full ownership for that. I for some reason I thought because I Ashed the Graveyard Effect, like, oh yeah, I can totally do this. So my opponent should have been able to resolve his Oviraptor there. What he would have got off of it, I don't know, because all he would have had is a baby in hand plus a Ash and a Veiler. I don't think he would have gotten much farther than that, to be totally honest. But I mean, yeah, I don't know where you really go past that, like I said. But he is going to have Ash for my Marble Machine, and I did top deck into a Tekatomborg, which is really, really good. You know, usually people save the Ash for the Tekatomborg, but he's probably unfamiliar with the strategy, hence why he went for the Ash on the normal summon, which is totally understandable. So we're going to go ahead and see me tag into the Duke there, and then we're going to go ahead and link 2 into the Rubber Band Shooter, and this is going to go ahead and actually get hit with Effect Veiler. Really couldn't play around it any further. I could have synchroed 5 into Chanbara and just swung in for like 4,600 damage, but I wanted to try to at least get a little farther into the combo. I'm going to go ahead and banish a 7 here to try to reveal Piper and the Hound, and I do get, again, hit with a Veiler, so I do have to poke in for 1,000, and my backup there is basically to go ahead and set the duplicate and kind of hope it's enough. So yeah, now if my opponent, if his Oviraptor would have gone through here, maybe this makes a little bit of a difference. I don't know. I still have the duplicate set to be able to bounce whatever card he tried to destroy with his Oviraptor if it was still on the field back. But we're going to see him just set the Baby Ceratosaurus. He draws a Droll and Lockbird for turn. And that will go right back to his hand. And basically an open field now. And I do draw into another Marble Machine. So I don't need to use Rubber Band Shooter's effect here to be able to go ahead and search out a starter, since I did just draw one off the top. And at this point, it's basically just an OTK by being able to go for the Chanbara, as he does have the Droll and Lockbird on resolution there, but it really doesn't matter at this point because we can just, you know, summon Tekatomborg, tag for Car, make Chanbara, you know, Car Turbo boosted up to 28, swinging for 3K, 32, and 1,800, which is going to be game there anyways. So yeah, I just want to go ahead and apologize again for the Gamma thing. That definitely should have happened. Again, it's just one of those things that I guess neither of us caught it. I don't know how the Dino player didn't catch it, but like, again, it's totally my fault. But like I said, like I just don't know like what you send or add there with the, like, maybe you just add like another Dino as follow-up, like you add an Animadorn for follow-up. Maybe, I guess, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe somebody in the comments can feel free to let me know, but I don't think it ultimately would have made too big of a difference. Because, like, the Miscellaneousaurus had already been burned. Like, the Graveyard Effect was already burned at that point, so. We're going to go ahead and see me Synchro 5 here. I was debating on going for the Higuita for the Crystal Wing play, potentially, but I decided to, like, oh, I just go for Chamber here and banish Car Turbo and Tekatomborg. It's going to be game regardless anyways, so. And I would have also had, like, the opportunity to, like, make a Synchro 6 into, like, Charge Warrior in main phase 2 by using, or not Synchro 6, like, go for, like potentially, like, Higuita, I guess, and add back a banished card off of the Chanbara, but this ends up being game anyways, because it's 28, or, well, it goes up to 28, and then goes up to 3K on its first attack, and then to 32 on its second, and that is just game outright through Droll, and I did have another Ash in hand anyways, to stop any, you know, Baby Ceratosaurus effects that we're going to try and resolve there. So again, my apologies for that. Hope you guys were still able to enjoy the match regardless, and thank you guys so much for watching. Looks like you guys were incorrect in the polls, but yeah. If you guys want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up on the bottom of the screen right now. And last but not least, a special thank you goes to our Divine Level channel members, and they are Cadillacs84, Pony Start, Key Sigers, Tweeter0226, and Black Ninja Money. Thank you guys again so much, as always, for your extremely generous support.